Alright, hello Evelings, welcome. We're going to fly our PvE Myrmidon around that we built in the last video and see what kind of missions we can get and what kind of stuff we can do with it. The build will be linked in this description too, although, go back to the last video so you can listen to me babble on about why I chose to do the things I did. Alright, let's see what kind of level 4s we can roll up here. I'm in Anya, which is a couple jumps away from Dodixie. I like it here, it's nice. There's a 2 and a 3 and a 4 here in Anya, so I literally just lived here to do missions up to 4. So let's check out what we can get. Unauthorized Military Presence. For you, my friend, there's always something. Angel Cartel. Alright, so the first thing we got to do when we get missions is we got to look up what they are. This looks pretty good. So let's look up Unauthorized Military Presence, Angel Cartel. Okay. Level 4 Angel Cartel. And they will tell us the best damage to deal and the best damage to resist for the mission. And so we are going to go ahead and fit for this. So we bought one of every flavor. So we need explosive and kinetic. So we're going to go into our fit. And we're going to get rid of the thermal one. And we're put on the explosive one. Now, we'll see how this fit goes here. Now, we're going to swap our drones as well over to the kinetic drones. Explosive is probably a little bit better, but I have better skills with the Caldari specialization here, so we're just going to try the kinetic drones, and then we're going to kind of look and see what this mission entails, right? Like, eliminate the small group, blah, blah, blah. So initial defenders, these should be no problem. And then there's nothing that scrams us in here. So under EWAR here, if there's like a little picture of a scrambler, then we'd have to worry about it, but it doesn't look like this mission has anything that scrams us, so we are going to, take these out in order. So, Mimitar Commercial Station Ruins. So here we go. We're fit up to deal with this, and we're going to take this guy out and fly it around a little bit. We're just going to approach the gate as we let our wasps do the work here. So our wasps are able to hit these destroyers, which is amazing. If somebody gets close to us, we're going to use our blasters. Maybe we'll put some null in. This guy looks like he wants a little taste of the Myrmidon. See if we can hit out. Yeah, we can. It's not amazing, but gotta watch your drones too. NPCs love to eat drones these days. If you need to return them to the bay, that's totally fine. Obviously. Alright, let's burn in on this guy here. There we go. Now both our weapon systems are operating. Still got a couple of people firing at my wasp there, but so we're able to hit, other cruisers here. Cruisers with the blasters, and we'll send our drones off to do the dirty work over here. So we're kind of multitasking. And this dork is hitting our drones, so once we kill him, there should be a lot less pressure. Alright, make sure you put your drones back so you're good Eve and you're very responsible. And then we're going to head into this next room. Now in the next room there's 3 different groups, and we want to be careful how we approach things in here. Because we want to make sure we're just aggroing one group at a time, and that means being a little bit careful, especially in a blaster fit. Oh, not while I'm warping, I guess. So we didn't even come out of shields there. I mean, that was pretty easy, and we're not shield tanked, so. Alright, there's a bunch of dudes here. We got to find the Myrmidon, what was it called? The Myrmidon Commercial Station is where we're going to head first. That's this. So we're going to approach that down there, kind of carefully. We're going to launch our wasps and see if we can get these frigates. Oh, it's far away. And they're playing me the battle music. We'll approach the station and... Oh, 69. Okay, cool. We just got to watch our aggro here. And we are going to try to get in here. We're going to try to orbit one of these battleships. Let's see if our wasps, see if our heavies can hit these guys. We got to get in a little closer here. This is why I on a blaster fit you have to have MWD, because you know you need to get in close, and if you don't, then so who did we say we're gonna kill? This guy. So I'm being painted, so I'm gonna start bursting here. And for now, we will take the commander. We're going to orbit him real close here. Oh, look, our wasps were able to take out that frigate. That's pretty amazing. Alright, we're going to turn our stuff on. We have aggroed the entire room now, so we need to be very careful. We are taking a ton of damage here. So we are just going to warp off. We were overheating our reps. We're going to turn off the overload. Alright, we're going to warp back in and try that again. We're going to hopefully come in from a little bit of a different angle there. Okay, so those guys, gosh, they really came over. Wondering if I can just get... I don't know if there's any way for me to do this now. Look at all these ships. That's so many guys. This is the group 3 that they were warning me about. Let's see if we can go get group 2. Let's see if we can clean these guys up without getting aggroed by literally everything. So we should have been more careful in our positioning there. I'm not even sure that a battleship could handle that whole room pull there. It might have been able to. And we're going to take out the frigates first here. And hopefully nobody else comes to mess with us. Like, we can take a couple, like one group at a time is totally fine, but everybody in the whole thing is not fine. This group just hates us. They just hate us. So let's just kill as much stuff as we can here. We're going back to null because we're going to have to pull range. We're going to have to let our drones do most of the work here. And we're just going to try to null this guy. Just can't believe the aggro range on that group is crazy. So we should have been more careful. But it's K. Everybody wants to kill us. And our wasps. It's nice when missions don't have NPCs that can scram, because then you can just do whatever. If you get in trouble, you just warp out and you come back and try a different angle. So don't think if you get swarmed that you can't do something, right? Like, I got swarmed really hard at the beginning there. Now we're coming back and we're doing it. So you just kind of sometimes have to come in again. Sometimes I might have blown the aggro there, or you know, you can get stuff done. And then, you know, we'll just orbit this guy. We'll see if we can maybe... Yeah, so he is having a little bit of trouble tracking us in this close. So once you get in like this on battleships, sometimes they won't even be able to hit you. So yeah, this guy, if you orbit at 500, his guns are spraying off into space here. So, you know, once you get to this stage of the game, of this fight, right, you just pick one battleship and orbit it, and that completely negates one battleship worth of damage. Which is good. There. Okay, cool. So, we're fine now. So that was a little spicy, but we made it through. And that's a fine thing. You know, if you gotta warp out, if you screw up the aggro in the beginning like I did, and you just warp out, you make sure when you're fighting you kill off anything that scrams you first. I was trying to experiment with using my wasps to kill frigates, but usually you would just pop out your hornets. You know, make sure you're using light drones to kill them off. And that's the mission there. But yeah, that was a little bit of a heart pounder there for a second, especially because I just lost a 400 million ISK Stratios about an hour ago, and I was feeling pretty bad about myself. So I didn't want to lose this ship too. That would have been bad. Alright, okay, so this is a continuation of me missioning level 4s in the Myrmidon. I pulled a pretty interesting mission from her. I got Dread Pirate Scarlet. Now this mission, once I looked it up, it looks like you have to basically omni-tank this thing because you're not 100% sure what you're going to run into. You could carry a mobile depot and keep swapping out hardeners, but I went and picked up a couple things that I think are going to help me out here. One of them is, so instead of my 2 regular hardeners, I put on a reactive, which shifts its resistances to the damage type you're taking, and then I put on an energized membrane just to cover all my bases. Now my problem is my explosive is still kind of sucks, so I hope I don't run into too much of that. But if you'll look, like 3 out of the 4 have some kind of kinetic component to the damage type. So and with an armor tank, you're pretty much set against EM anyways, because it's the base resist to EM is really high. So if I run into too much Angel Cartel stuff, it's going to get dicey. But best damage to deal looks like it's got a lot of kinetic in there as well. And like 3 of them have kinetic, 3 have thermal, and only 1 explosive, 1 EM. So I'm just going to kind of hope. I am taking along the blue drones, the Kaldari drones, the kinetic drones. They have a nice shield. They track and fly pretty well, and you know, hopefully I'm hitting a lot of kinetic holes. So that's what I'm going to try to fly. On a side note, the Vengeance mission that you just watched me run a little bit ago, I pulled that again, and I was able to do it flawlessly without having to warp out. So a lot of stuff in here. A lot of mission running just has to do with knowing how to deal with it. Like, you can do it in a lot of different ships. You know, just knowing how to pull the aggro and kind of what to do in every situation, that's part of the learning curve. Should we attack these Autothesian Lancers? I've heard good things. All right, hang on. I got to get out of my fleet. Actually, I can stay in fleet. That's fine. But I have to go to Vilade. So we've got this set up properly here. And I decided that I'm going to be launching 3 Wasps and 2 Vespas at the same time instead of 4 Wasps. I like having 5 drones out. The DPS is the same, but these Vespas are going to track a little bit better. The reason I decided that was because one of my Wasps got blown up, and I was too lazy to go get a new one. So we're going to try it this way. I like to be honest with you people. You know. But we'll see if the reactive hardener can swap fast enough. I have pretty good reactive skills, if I remember right. Yeah, so every 6 seconds it'll swap damage a little bit towards the damage type that I'm taking. So that'll be good. All right, we're in Vilade. We're going to warp to location. Let's take a quick look at what we're up against in the first pocket. Now, the first pocket's either going to have this spawn or this spawn. Oh, look, some friendly merchants. Everything should be just fine. Yeah, shouldn't be a big deal here. Let's approach the gate. So as we approach the gate, I'm sure we'll get some kind of spawn, I think. Yep, there it is. The core High Admiral. So we got the Serpentis spawn here. These are Megathrons and Brutixes and what are the cruisers? Do they have Thoraxes? Yeah, probably. This guy's almost getting close enough to shoot our blasters at. Which will help a lot. We're gonna just we're gonna double up on these guys here, and it looks like we're in fine shape here. See if our resistances have shifted. Yeah, so we've shifted to complete kinetic and thermal resists. We do need to be careful not to get in over our heads here. This was 4 battleships, 3 battle cruisers, a couple cruisers, and you know, we're doing fine. Now this guy got himself really far away. He's playing the long game. Alright, let's go get him. We're going to MWD. Probably 3 cycles to get there, maybe 4. And in the meantime, we're going to turn our tank and our track. We don't really need our tracking on right now. I only have a 49,000 meter drone control range, so now they can finally go in. No. No. We have to go all the way back here to get the gate key. That's the problem with this EVE Online game sometimes. Sometimes missions will just put stuff in your inventory. They're like, you killed a ship here. It flew magically through space. And sometimes they're like, oh, you have to loot things. And I really wish they would just kind of fix that, because I bet that what I'm looking for is in the cargo container here. Well, that was fun. Well, you're the one who's giving my boys some trouble, I see. Don't worry. Well, I'm about to give your boys some more trouble. How about that? You can actually, have these gate keys in your inventory when you do these missions. Sometimes these missions have these specific keys, and you can just stockpile them, and then you can just take it along when you get the mission. I think I actually have one of these back in Ania. Yeah, I sure do. So I should have taken the gate key with me, and then I wouldn't have had to go those 70 kilometers back to the wreck. And now look at these lasers just lighting it up. They can't hit me at all. It's like a fun little laser show. Alright, we're going to the third pocket. I'm going to try to target Scarlet and take her out as fast as I can, although I don't think I have enough DPS to do it. I think my drones will get over there and then kind of peter out. But we're going to try it anyway. See if we can get in there.
To give the commands to a drone requires you to have an active target.
I think she'll just run away. But we might as well try. Ah, she went away. Yeah, I didn't think I'd have enough there to do it. I'm assuming they set the bar pretty high for being able to one-shot the boss of the mission. So that's good. Let's see what kind of damage hole we've got here. So, yeah, we're hitting directly into the damage hole. This is the perfect spawn for us. We're really good against Garistas, I guess. The last pocket's what I'm kind of worried about, although I'm just going to have my drones blitz down Scarlet, and then if things go south, I can just warp out. So far, I'm loving this ship, and it's a third as expensive as a battleship that could do the same job. Battleships might be a tiny bit faster, a tiny bit safer, but not for the price right now. If the price comes down, I will make a battleship video, but I can't recommend that anybody buys a battleship at this point to do something you could do in a battle cruiser. And we can start firing null, which I will need to restock on. So, somebody send null ammo out to Ania, would you? That would help me a lot. Okay, so it looks like we've got some frigates to deal with. I don't know why these are in two different groups. So we're going to have to see. We might blitz down these frigates and then blitz down Scarlet and just hope we can tank the rest of this before it gets to us. There's some frigates. Are they within my range? Not really. So I'm going to head straight down. And hopefully these missile batteries don't hurt too bad, but we'll see. So the frigates are coming for me. That's good. We want to get them killed off real fast. I can't even hit him yet. So, where's Scarlet? She's 75 km out. Okay, I'm going to send my Hornets to kill the frigates. And then we're going to pick away at stuff, because I have the aggro of this entire group, so I can safely send my drones there. Not a big deal. And once these frigates are down, there's nothing left that can scram me, so... I mean, some of these battleships are hundreds of km out. Not hundreds, that would be ridiculous, but... we got to deal with this southern group first, so... We're going to pop straight down. Alright, we are going to pull our Hornets back, and we're going to get our actual things out. Now, they have... jammed me, which is annoying. Who is it? Who can I target? So the one you can target is the one that jammed you, so we're going to go after him. We don't want him to be alive anymore. The reason I flew straight down is because all these guys are kind of up here, and I kind of just want to have some time to deal with this first group. My drones are doing work, and Scarlet is coming in really close here. She might need to die, like, after these cruisers. I almost always play zoomed in because it's more fun. Alright, we're going to take Scarlet down next. I still don't have aggro from these battleships. Or at least they're not red boxing me. So we're going to go for Scarlet. We're just going to send our drones for now. And she should melt pretty easy here. I don't see this being a problem. And then we're just going to keep killing stuff as it sort of comes into us. There goes that. There goes that. And my armor hardener is so confused. 9.8, 50.3, like, it doesn't know what to do. We're just going to slowly keep going up there. We'll meet somewhere in the middle, him and I. Have a cup of tea and talk about why he's being such a bastard. And then we will be done with this. We'll go get our Noctis, and I'm actually going to shoot a video about Noctis salvaging as well, because why not? This is a perfect time to do it. So thank you for watching. I've hopefully convinced you that you can do this in a ship that doesn't cost $500 million, right? You can make something that's pretty sturdy. If you have to warp in and out a couple times, just do it. No one's going to judge you. And it's fine. And sometimes, like I said earlier, you're going to have to warp out with a battleship anyway. But losing a battleship at this point when they're so expensive is just not even like, I can't even, it's a problem. So I think the Myrmidon is a really fun ship, and obviously skills that are going to help this. You need to have very good drone skulls. You need to have good drone skulls if you're going to fly this thing. No, drone skills if you're going to fly the Myrmidon. All right, obviously, but if you've been mission running in Algoses or Vexers, odds are good your drone skulls are pretty good. So you can get one of these guys and just run around. So thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next Aries Gaming. Bye-bye.